The possibility of discovering extraterrestrial artifacts in the solar system was first discussed in 1976, when a mysterious face was discovered in a photograph taken by the Weekend 1 orbiter. The image of a face quickly circulated in newspapers worldwide. However, NASA swiftly damped the enthusiasm of those dreaming of a sensational discovery at a special press conference. NASA stated that the face was simply a trick of light and shadow, and that there was nothing similar on other images of the same location taken later. It later turned out that this statement did not correspond to reality. Few people know that Weekend 2 was supposed to land at Cydonia, where the face was discovered. However, the landing site was immediately changed due to the roughness of the terrain, as determined from the Cydonia images. Weekend 2 was landed on the Utopia plain, where the terrain was even worse than at Cydonia. At first, no one paid much attention to this, but later researchers began to get the impression that NASA was doing everything to discourage public interest in this mysterious formation. When researchers Vince DiPietro and Greg Moliniar attempted to find other images of the face in 1979, including those refuting its existence, they found nothing. The images mysteriously disappeared. And this happened in an agency where perfect order should prevail. Only one importantly registered image of the face was accidentally found, which confirmed its existence and even allowed the identification of the second eye socket. In addition to the face, a number of other mysterious objects were discovered in Cydonia, forming the so-called Cydonia complex. These included mountains resembling pyramids, an object called the fortress, which had a triangular shape and two straight walls, and others. All research related to Cydonia faced active opposition from NASA. Articles by researchers were not published in specialized journals, while their critics with false arguments were given the green light. One would think that NASA should have taken new photographs of Cydonia at the first opportunity to put an end to all discussions about its mysteries. However, the agency refused to consider photographing this area of Mars as a priority task for subsequent missions. It even got to the point that during the 1998 Mars Global Surveyor mission, NASA only agreed to take new images of the face under pressure from the public. When the image of the face was published, all enthusiasts hoping for evidence of past intelligent life on Mars were bitterly disappointed. There was nothing resembling the original famous image. Numerous debunking and ironic articles appeared in the media directed against those who had been talking about artificial objects in Cydonia for many years. However, researchers did not give up and began to study the materials provided by NASA. Initially, it was established that incorrect image parameters were published. NASA acknowledged this and apologized. Then, experts concluded that the original image of the face had been processed using various filters, and it had been altered beyond recognition. In other words, the public was presented with an almost counterfeit image. However, the images of Cydonia still allowed Hoagland and his team to confirm the presence of a number of presumably artificial objects and even to discover new ones. Moreover, researchers and enthusiasts who joined them began to find mysterious objects in images of other areas of Mars as well. These included tubular structures and even entire cities made up of blocks resembling destroyed buildings. Dr. Malin published several more images of the face and its fragments in subsequent years, and on one image, researchers even managed to distinguish an eye socket. In 2001, under pressure from Hoagland's group and the public, NASA published a fairly good image of the face taken by the MGS. At the same time, NASA launched another campaign in the media to discredit Hoagland's group, as there were no human features visible in the image of the face. As it later turned out, even this image had been pre-processed. Meanwhile, infrared images from the Mars Odyssey spacecraft showed the presence of ordered rectangular shapes beneath the dust in the chaos region, for which there was no geological explanation. These could only be the foundations and remains of walls of buildings once erected there. The same was found beneath the surface of Cydonia. During the investigation of NASA's misdeeds, it was found that all color photographs of Mars were released to the public in red tones by the agency's leadership, although the actual colors of the planet's landscapes were completely different. For example, one of the images remarkably resembled Arizona blue sky, brownish red soil, and gray rocks with green patches. Why change the colors? The point was that NASA wanted to present Mars as a lifeless dead planet, which was probably not the case. The Opportunity rover managed to photograph some fossilized marine organism in a piece of rock, but NASA simply destroyed this find without informing the public about it. Various mysterious artifacts were discovered in images obtained by different researchers from the rovers, ranging from the skull of a humanoid to the statue of a Martian woman and the fossilized claw of some marine creature. Some even managed to discern something like a round coin with a diameter of about 3 centimeters. Despite of all NASA's efforts, unwanted information is slowly but surely becoming known to the public. Of course, this is only a small part of what might be hidden in some secret archives.